Ever wonder how that AI image generator makes those crazy realistic pictures? Or how a chatbot seems to learn how to answer, like, any question you throw at it?
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today, we're diving deep, no pun intended, into the world of neural networks.
Let's do it.
We're actually going to use that YouTube video you shared, the one about how neural networks process information.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. It's a great place to start for sure.
Okay, so viewers, if you haven't seen it yet, no worries, we'll break it all down.
Yeah.
But get ready. This is where things get seriously cool.
Absolutely. And what I find so fascinating about these networks is how much they actually mirror the way we learn, especially when it comes to recognizing patterns.
Right. Okay, so the video, it mentioned this whole forward propagation thing.
Yeah.
And they used this analogy of a chef perfecting a recipe, which I thought was pretty clever.
Yeah, it's a really good way to kind of visualize it, right?
Yeah.
Think of the recipe itself as the neural network. The ingredients are like the data it's being fed. Let's say it's an image of a cat, right? And each layer of the network, that's like the chef tasting and adjusting as they go.
Got it. So each layer analyzes specific, they use the word features. Features.
Yeah. So in the case of like an image, a feature could be an edge, a shape, like even the color of the cat's fur, right? Each layer is looking for these specific features, making adjustments to its understanding based on what it finds, and then passing that refined information to the next layer.
Okay.
And this keeps happening layer by layer until, voila,
Yeah.
the network spits out a decision, hopefully, that it's looking at a cat.
Right. Okay. So that's how it's supposed to work, ideally.
Yeah.
But what happens when the network gets it wrong? Like, what if it looks at a fluffy dog and says cat?
Well, that's where the real learning kicks in. And this process is called backward propagation. Imagine that chef again. They take a bite and realize, wow, this is way too salty. They're not just going to shrug and serve it anyway, right?
No, definitely not.
They're going to figure out, okay, how much salt do I need to take out for next time? Right.
So that's the feedback loop everyone's talking about.
Exactly. So the network compares its output, that incorrect dog label, to the actual answer, which is cat. And then it backtracks through each layer, fine-tuning something called weights.
Weights. Okay, those sound important.
They are. They're like the heart of the learning process. Think of weights like dials that control how much influence each feature has on the network's final decision. So by tweaking these weights, the network learns from its mistakes. It's basically saying, okay, I gave too much importance to the texture, not enough to the shape. Let me adjust those dials for next time.
So it's constantly refining, learning, getting better with each attempt. Kind of like how we do it, but, on a whole other level.
Exactly. That's exactly it. And this back and forth, this constant refinement, it's what makes neural networks so powerful. They don't just follow instructions. They learn and evolve based on the data that you feed them.
Wow. It really makes you wonder about the future of all this, Like, as these networks get even better at learning, at adapting, what will they be capable of? It's kind of mind-blowing.
It is. It really is exciting to think about. I mean, just think, the next time you're scrolling through your social media and you see a recommendation pop up, think about that intricate dance of forward and backward propagation happening behind the scenes, constantly refining its understanding of you and the digital world around you.
It's definitely something to think about.